searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical. Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm bringing an episode of Grim Dawn. If you like what you see, drop a like and consider subscribing. Alright, as you can see, I have leveled up. I've got some new equipment. I finally got Dreg's Infinite Gaze, which is a very nice item for this character, considering I'm doing a melee poison build. So with this, I can Shadow Strike in, and then I can drop basically poison bombs. Dreg's Infinite Gaze, and I've got two separate castings on there, and they do have a cooldown, so I can just cast one and again and just keep going if it's necessary. And as you can see, I've stacked myself with ectoplasm so that my energy stays up pretty good and it recharges really well. I also got up to level 20. I can equip this nice ring that I have, and I've got the full Explorer set, which gives you nice movement speed, experience. It's a very nice leveling set, in my opinion, my so humble opinion. But I haven't made too far in the story. I did open up all the way to the last run on the boss. You can see I skipped this area. I need to get it through here. So today we're going to go ahead, come back. We're going to go through there and that dark area right there. There's a couple things in these dark areas that I need to uncover first. And then we'll go ahead and bust open the boss's room. Probably next episode we'll end up doing the boss. But it's all opened up for me. Hold on a second. Before I forget, let me buff myself. That's it for now. That's the only buff I've got, but I like it. It's a good buff. Let's go ahead and jump to the outskirts, and we'll start from here. Don't know why I did that. Didn't do any good to curse that area. There was nothing to curse. Now, most things, you know, are still dying pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and cast out the Dreg's Evil Eye, which is actually one of my favorite poison abilities. One of them. I also... Oh, it just popped up on my. I did complete Scorpion. That's what's been the Scorpion Sing. You see the fangs or the... well, basically they are fangs, but they're projectiles that come out of the ground. Claws that come out of the ground and poison and kill my enemies. That, and with Dreg's Evil Eye, most stuff's gonna melt, and that's basically what this build is. It is a face melter. Now, when I get to the big bosses, the elite mobs, those are the ones I'll be dropping Dreg's Evil Eye on. Right now, or a large group. There we go. And that's what Dreg's Evil Eye can do. It just spreads out. Splat. And everything melts. And I actually am enjoying the melee poison. The last time I did a poison build, it was another witch hunter, but it was a ranged poison build. And I don't know, I didn't like it as much as I was hoping. I enjoyed using the poison. I just didn't enjoy the ranged aspect of it, I guess. Go and I was like, let's go ahead and curse this thing so that I'll take more poison damage. It was dead before I could even say it. Like I said, Dreg's Evil Eye is a very, very powerful ability. Jump in, Dreg's everything, curse anything that's left. And enemy hero just face melted. Basically, I walked up with a nasty little syringe and just stuck it into its neck and killed it. Alright, so this is the area that I need to get to. There's some mobs I want to kill. There is a good area for some loot. And then there's an NPC I need to find. So let's get this area uncovered. Might get lucky and find some more hero mobs too, because those are always good for loot. There we go. That's the mob I was looking for. Already dead. Oh, poor thing did not have a chance. Look at all that green loot that it just dropped. Yummy, yummy green loot. There's a sarcophagus that I can open up and more green loot. Always nice. It's a snake. Okay, I had affected a snake that was in the area. It's like, okay. It's like, why? What did I just? What did my debuff just debuff on? And it was a snake that I hadn't seen before. And here's the NPC.
A living person.
I like this guy's voice. The voice actor in this is good. I suggest you send this guy back to be the cook. It's a quest thing. I'm not going to ruin for you if you've never seen it before, but I would suggest sending him back to be a cook. You don't have to, but I would suggest it. Come here. Oh, God, I love when they explode up on the screen. They're flying up toward me on this game. It is so cool. Oh, hey. Come here. There you go. Love finding those hero mobs. Look at all this loot I'm getting. Oh, it's loot-tastic. Anything poison-centric that I might... it's all going to be sellable stuff, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? It is loot. And now, a long time ago, I didn't really like the Nightblade in this game for some reason. I don't know why. Because the Shadow Strike ability is just awesome. I hate running anything in this game when I'm not using Shadow Strike. For me, it's one of the best movement abilities in the game. A couple other areas I want to clear out before we start. I'm probably going to go ahead and do the run to the boss room, to the final area, because there's some nice mobs that can spawn up over there, and anytime I can get a better chance at loot, I'm going to take it. I have to keep remembering to buff myself. This time I actually have been forgetting to buff myself. There's a couple loot areas over here real quick. Ooh, they froze me. Good job. I can take a lot of damage if I get frozen. So that's something I do have to be careful about. Not enough materials on me. I think you have to bring the dynamite. I know I have dynamite. All damage. No, it's not going to replace. Mainly I'd be looking for shoulders, hands, belts, trinkets, stuff like that to upgrade, because the rest of the stuff I have actually is much better, unless one of these is exceptionally good and they're yellow. So probably not going to be replacing anything right now, unless I get lucky and get a blue or a better drop. Spiders, oh, they just literally explode from the frostburn damage. I'm not running a cold character this time, but I still have the ability. 1 point here in Veil of Shadow, and then 1 point in Night's Chill. Now, eventually, Night's Chill is going to get completely buffed, but I wanted to get my Justifiable Ends, Natalia's Justifiable Ends, because it's a huge poison hit. I wanted to get that buffed up, or at least, get to it. Now I'm going to start putting points into Night's Chill, because that's going to reduce the resistances, and I want to put Lethal Assault points in, because that'll just a flat damage buff to acid and poison. Now I'm not concentrating on big mobs, awesome. I'm not concentrating on acid, but it's a side damage that pretty much shows up in all items that do poison damage, typically do acid damage too. It's not a guaranteed, but it's very common. Yeah, if they piss me off too much, I just go ahead and give them dregs. Give them a dregs right to the face. Now I'm about to run out of room.
I can't carry anymore.
I knew it. All right, let me back to town real quick. Sell this off. Now, everything else is not places that I have to clear. Well, actually, I don't think you give me pretty good prices. I think you give me okay prices. Let's not, you know, let's not go too far there. That was a big boom. Always check the trinkets and medals to see if there's anything good. All right, no. Nope. Wasn't a bad two-hander, but not for this character, definitely. Say, I always double check the greens. Before I am just throwing stuff away, I always like to look. Always looking for better rings. It's hard to find better rings for a Nightblade than what I've got right now. Because it has Amarustus Blade Burst +2 on each one. It's just awesome.
Save storage. No
Upgraded ones of that where it does even more, you know, plus, you know, 5 or 6 would be really awesome, but I've never seen those, so. Go into my potion tab, drop the potions off. Just random gear. I'm also trying a cold build out. If you guys know from the past, I love running cold in this game. I'm enjoying the poison, but my bread and butter in this game is cold. I think cold is one of my favorite favorite characters to run, or favorite damage type in this game is cold. Let me look at the map. Is there anything that I have to uncover that I haven't already uncovered? This area, there actually is, there's a loot area in there that I probably should hit. So, let's go back to my portal, because I was right in the same area. Yep, just gotta take that lower run through here. There's a cave I can go through, and there's a chance for some good loot over there, so I probably should go through it. It would just be denying myself the ability to get good loot, which of course is bad. You always want loot. It's the whole point of an ARPG is the loot. Lovely, lovely loot pouring over. Overflowing loot. Oh, actually I'm going, actually this will work. I can go this way and get there. I can get there from here. Oh, seriously? You want to mess with me? Here. Hey, I didn't think so. Basically erased them off the screen in just a few seconds. To say, I'm gonna curse that guy because he's big and he hits hard, and basically I looked at him and he died. All right. Here's the cave I was talking about. We'll run through here real quick. The burial cave. Sometimes I drop at dregs just to speed up their death, just to make the run a little bit faster. Now, if you're all about movement, doing a Blade Master is really cool, because nice. Doing a Blade Master is cool because you'll have Blitz and Shadow Strike, and there's actually a build out there that utilizes most of your damage is done with Blitz or Shadow Strike, or Shadow Strike, I should say. And it's I've never tried it, but I've heard it was actually pretty good. Normally, when I do a Blade Master, it's always a cold centric. The last one I did was more of a tanky run, and I enjoyed that, but I wasn't doing enough damage, and I really enjoy doing damage in this game, so it kind of lost its luster for me, unfortunately. Ooh, hello.
Skill's not ready.
I like playing glass cannons in this game. I mean, I do enjoy not being killed continuously, but those glass cannons can be fun.
Can't do that yet.
Should I make a run for a key? I'm here, I might as well. There's an area that you have to unlock, and there's different ways of doing it. I prefer to unlock it by getting the key. And choices that you make in this game early on actually do affect your later game. Meaning, there's some choices I'll have to make in the starter area, and depending what choices I make, it'll affect if certain enemies spawning or not. Because if you kill certain people earlier in the game, they won't show up as spawns that you can kill. So it's choices that you have to make.
Can't do that.
Seriously? Seriously, you gonna mess with me? I don't think so. These are the guys that can drop the key, though. It's called the strange key. I just love it. Unfortunately, nobody dropped the key. And then this is the door that opens. I actually like going through there at level 20. It's a good level to go through there. There's a one-time chest in there, so it's really important, in my opinion, that you do it. All right, let's go to the underground transit. This is another good loot run. It's also a good experience run because there's a lot of good experience in here too. A lot of mobs, high density, mobs that can die quickly, which makes it good. I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go. I think I'll go this way today. Plus, you know, aether crystals. Always want aether crystals. Most of the abilities that I have, I'm using, but I really don't need to. These mobs are basic mobs, basically. Basic mobs, basically. Say that 10 times fast. But it's just, you know, I've got it. My brain is to use the abilities that I have, even though I don't really need them right now. It's when I fight hero mobs or boss mobs that I definitely want those. I didn't even get a chance to stand up and he was dead. Too much fun. Check those greens I got. Nope, not even any of the yellows are good. More than likely not. I wouldn't want to get rid of the explorers buffs right now, so. Now, I would suggest that if you've got enough gear, that don't be stuck using the same set. If you know, getting a set early is nice, but sometimes you can get something that's really nice. And I've done it before where I was like, well, that's nice, but if I use it, I lose set bonuses. Sometimes the set bonus really isn't worth what you're giving up to use. So consider that when you're looking at, well, what equipment do I or do I not want to use? Abandoned storerooms. There's a lot of breakable walls to get through here. And it's well worth your time to do it. You can get spawns over here that are really nice. Good for loot drops. Oh, there we go. Oh, it survived because it was poison resistant. Took an extra couple hits to take that down. I'm standing in there poison and it's basically not doing anything to me. I saw I leveled up. Give me a sec. Clean the area out real quick. So I'm highly poison resistant. other than getting stuck in place by the spiders web that they do all the time. That does affect me, but basic other poisons do not. All right, 3 points. That's a straight damage boost, and I'll put 1 point here because it'll reduce their resistances to my damage types. Always good. Yes, confirm those changes. Question is, do I want to go for a second poison ability right now? Don't want to do rat. Now the final will be different. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and start the rat. I'll go open up and I'll go ahead and take some rat. What the final build is going to be, I am not sure yet. Now, somebody did send me a, hey, go check out this. It kind of falls in line with your build, and it is something I've already seen before. It is an idea that helps, you know, give me the, oh, I want to try this or do this. I don't want to follow a build on the forums. I want to kind of just feel my way, what actually works. And it also depends on what gear I get, because some builds are very heavily gear dependent. And personally, I don't like builds that are heavily gear dependent. So even though that there's this awesome build and, you know, you're basically building that already, why don't you try it? Is because my luck in getting those drops, I haven't gotten them. Like with the ranged one, I did the entire run almost until I finally got Quake's spine thrower, and it's basically a poison crossbow, which is, you know, really important for that ranged build. But by the time I got it, I was kind of over the range side of it, so it was nice. I was glad I finally got one to drop, but by the time I did drop it, I really didn't want to run the build anymore. And this one, I'm still having a lot of fun. Like I said, melee characters in this game can be really fun to play. They're not as powerful as caster characters in this game, but they're still really fun. And being so overpowered can be a detriment too, so. Right in the middle, and I do miss having an aura that's really high damage. That's why I want to work on that and get my damage higher. Now it's mainly frost damage and cold damage, frost burn, but it's still really nice to have that because it clears out trash so nicely. Oh, really? Can I make another run to town, huh? We'll make it quick. I'm pretty sure nothing. Ooh. All right. Acid damage. Poison. +3, which I already have on all the other ones. Flame touched isn't something that I want. And yep, everything else is the same. So that's a nice dagger if I didn't already have better. So that's nice to see. I said, always check that. You never know. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. I want to go back home. I need a merchant so I can clean out my inventory.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Yeah, but I don't want what you've got. Mostly. Not all the time, just mostly. There we go. We won't go back and drop stuff off. I'll do that later. We're almost to the end of this run, so. Don't want to leave the loot behind. Keep forgetting to buffing myself. Throw some dregs out. There's a lot of enemies in this area. Let the poison do its thing. And that's what I like to do. Jump in, shadow strike in, drop, dregs, move on to the next group of mobs, come back. Most of them are dead from the dregs. It's nice to hit the dregs. So Shadow Strike in, hit the dregs, take a step or two, and then fire it again, because mobs that you didn't hit with it will get hit with the second volley that you send out, because they go out in a straight line. And look at that, right at the end of the episode, we get right where I wanted to get, was the Warden's Laboratory. We'll go ahead and go back to town. But my time is up. I've been Critical. This has been Grim Dawn. Hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.